For 7 years, I lived in Singapore, a metropolis of almost 3 million people, like London, Paris, and New York. Singapore is a cosmopolitan city with people from different parts of the world living and working together. I enjoyed the urban lifestyle I led there and made the most of the super amenities, ranging from the excellent shops to some of the best restaurants in the world. In the evenings and at weekends, there were always cultural events with such diverse attractions as classical Western music, an exhibition of Malay art, or a Chinese opera in the street. It was difficult to get bored. Perhaps most impressive, however, was the remarkable transport infrastructure with excellent roads and a swift and efficient bus service, and a state-of-the-art underground system which could whisk commuters from the suburbs straight into the heart of the city. This was particularly important as the government banned private cars from entering the central business district during the morning and afternoon in order to reduce congestion on the roads and pollution from the exhaust. Of course, living in a city like this has its disadvantages as well. For a start, the cost of living can be very high. Renting an apartment, for example, is very expensive. And as the city is expanding, there are lots of building sites where new apartments are continually being built to deal with the population explosion, which is a direct result of the government encouraging people to have more children. Fortunately, Singapore doesn't suffer from problems that are common in many cities such as drug abuse, which is partly the result of the government imposing very severe penalties on anyone bringing narcotics into the country. So it is safe to walk the streets at night. In fact, the inner city housing estates there are probably the safest and most orderly in the world. Singapore wouldn't be ideal for everyone. However, especially if you come from the countryside and are used to a rural lifestyle, the traditional villages that were once common have disappeared as the residents were realized there were no prospect for the future and moved into the new government housing in the city. Nowadays, there is very little cultivation around the city, which means that Singapore imports almost all of its food. And despite a green approach to city planning, the urban sprawl has a detrimental on the environment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.